Alistair McBain.
C'est le numéro 7. C'est le millionnaire dans le compartiment 7, monsieur.
Eh bien, tu désires parler avec lui.
Allez, bien, monsieur.
Oh, allez avec lui.
Très bien, monsieur.
What are you doing in here?
Good morning.
What are you doing here?
Zarta is my name. I heard this little man say that he took the wrong briefcase from the dining car last night. And as I have lost mine, I came in here to find it.
Indeed.
Mm-hmm.
Well, why couldn't you ask the train conductor or my secretary in the proper way?
Oh, I was in a hurry. This is the case. But there's something missing from it.
Mills, do you know anything about this?
No, sir.
There was something of value in the case.
Indeed.
Mm-hmm.
Is that any reason for turning my compartment upside down?
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so careless.
Now, look here, you can't fool me. You're just a common train thief. Now, look here, I'm not a man to be trifled with. Mills, ring that bell.
Yes, sir.
No.
Get out. One of you has taken something out of the case. But you are going to hand it over.
Now look here. Now, don't be a fool. Now, put that revolver away.
Not quite so brave now, hmm? Come, hand it over.
Well, you must be raving mad. We know nothing about it.
Now, put that away and be sensible.
You daren't shoot.
No?
Monsieur McBain.
Right.
Ouvrez la porte, s'il vous plaît.
Right, sir.
Just a minute.
Open the door.
Mr. McBain, you are wanted.
Hey, it's important. Will you open the door?
Nothing about me.
Ouvrez la porte. Open the door.
Come out.
Ouvrez la porte.
Come out.
Ouvrez la porte.
Qu'est-ce qui se passe, Jean Viti?
What's going on in here?
I found this man ransacking my compartment. He was trying to rob you, monsieur. Undoubtedly. Turned the whole compartment upside down.
He said some property of his has been stolen from his briefcase.
Oh, the briefcase.
I will explain. This
No.
You
shall explain later.
Le portail, il signore Joly.
Viens.
Pardon me.
Allez, emmenez-le moi. Emmenez-moi, monsieur McBain.
Certainement, je vous suis avec monsieur McBain. I must ask you to come and see Monsieur Joly. He wishes to speak to you. He is in the fourgon bagage.
Jolie?
But the police inspector?
Oui, monsieur.
What does he want me for?
He will explain himself, if you can spare a few moments, monsieur.
Certainly. Certainly. You'll allow me to attend to my hand first.
Certainement, monsieur. Merci, madame.
You're hurt, sir?
Oh, just a grade or something. If I hadn't shown considerable presence of mind, Mills, it might have been very much worse.
Yes, sir. I expected a splinter of glass from the mirror.
Yes, well, don't fool about. Now, go and get something for it.
Yes, sir.
If I get off this train without a rope round my neck, I'll say goodbye to Mr. Serta for good and all.
Tony, I'll leave this movie business too, if you say so.
What you mean? You and me?
Why not? Think of it. Free. Free to go where you want, to do what you want. As long as you want. No managers, no Zertas. Why, you can start life.
Viens.
Allez.
Viens.
Excuse me.
Zerta?
Yes, they've got him.
What are we going to do?
What's he going to say? That's the point.
Do you suppose he'll drag you into it?
I don't know. He may.
Mr. McBain, there's something hidden behind here. It's a picture. It's the Van Dyke.
Oh, mad.
No, sir. Look. That's what the man was after. Somebody must have placed it here while we were out of the room. No, it was in the briefcase. You hid it.
Well? What are you doing?
To take this picture, Monsieur Joly.
You leave that where it is.
No, sir. No, sir, it's my duty. Of course, it might help me to forget my duty if I were offered some inducement,
Such as?
such as a directorship in one of your companies at a salary of, shall we say, 2,000 a year.
Blackmail.
No, not blackmail. Only what you owe me. For years of slave driving at a salary you'd be ashamed to offer a scullery maid. Mr. Alistair McBain, the millionaire philanthropist, the soul of benevolence. Why, you wouldn't offer a blind beggar a farthing without the press there to write about it. Well...
Signor Joly begs la signorina to spare him a few moments at once.
He wants me?
Si, signorina.
I'll come with you.
Signor Joly instructions are to bring la signorina only.
Oh, I'll come right away.
Si.
You'd better stay here.
You are still quite certain that you wish me to question this lady?
I don't wish you to do so. I think the lady may be very angry.
Indeed. I must ask you to remain silent while I am questioning her.
Oh, I should not dream of interrupting your tete-a-tete.
Ah. Pray be seated, mademoiselle.
You wanted me?
I am investigating a murder which took place on this train last night. You will appreciate that any answers you care to make may have very serious consequences.
A murder? Who?
Tell me, mademoiselle, have you seen this gentleman before?
Yes. Why?
Because he tells me that he visited your compartment last night.
Suppose I was not alone in my compartment. Does that concern you?
Then you do not deny Monsieur Zutter's statement.
May I ask why he found it necessary to tell you this?
You may answer, monsieur.
For some reason, Mr. Jolliffe appears to suspect me. He wished to know what I did with my time after 1 o'clock this morning. You may guess how it pains me to involve other. But I have no alternative. You understand?
I see. Then I have no alternative either.
Well, mademoiselle?
Monsieur Zerta's statement is quite correct. He was with me in my compartment last night.
At what time did he visit you?
Just after 1 o'clock.
You seem very sure of the
I was
time.
expecting him.
When did he leave?
In the morning.
You understand, mademoiselle, that you will be required to swear to this statement. On oath?
Yes, I understand that.
Délivrez ce billet.
Well, if you are satisfied now, Mr. Joly, maybe the lady and I go back to our compartment.
I'm afraid not. I am not content. There is still much to be explained.
And unless I get exactly what I want, the newspapers are going to write one more story, telling the public exactly how Mr. McBain does his art collecting.
Well, Mills, I suppose you have the advantage of it.
And the directorship? 2,000 a year?
Yes?
I want this in writing.
You got my word?
Yes, I do.
No. You mustn't develop a suspicious nature, you know. That would never do. We should never get on. I suppose you're quite sure that is the Van Dyke?
There's no fear of that, sir. I know his work.
Let me see. I'm afraid, Mills, they will never take your word against mine.
What? What do you mean?
You do not have made a very good director, Mills.
No, but sir. But Mr. McBain. Mr. McBain, where are you going? What are you going to do?
Well, this morning I heard that Mr. McBain had possession of the case by mistake. So I went to his compartment to recover my losses.
I see.
Have I your permission to smoke, Mr. Joly?
Certainly.
Please.
No, thank you.
Mademoiselle,
No, thank you.
désolé.
Signor McBain.
Ah,
How do you do?
I think, monsieur, I have seen your picture many times in the newspaper.
Ah, indeed. And I expect you've seen this picture too.
The picture that was stolen.
Yes, the Van Dyke. Stolen from the Murdoch collection.
How did you come to find it?
I found it behind a mirror in my compartment.
A mirror in your compartment.
How it got there, I cannot imagine. Can you, Mills?
No, sir.
I begin to see. The dead man had this picture in his briefcase. He knew that he was pursued. He hid it for greater safety. And that is what you were searching for in the compartment.
Voilà, monsieur.
So you were with this lady last night?
Yes.
Until morning?
Yes.
And yet the other occupant of your compartment tells me that you returned at 1:30.
How could he? He was asleep.
Asleep? How do you know if you were with this lady? Your story is a lie from beginning to end.
What if it was? What has that got to do with it? That doesn't prove me to be a murderer. The man who killed Paul is the man who stole the picture from him. Do you ask me to believe that this briefcases were exchanged by accident? Do you ask me to believe that this picture was found in Mr. McBain's compartment by accident? Are you so stupid that you cannot see that Mr. McBain is the man you want?
All right.